kind of a hard show to really talk about because it's not a bad show, but it's not a good show. It's average. This was an average show. I wasn't bored with it, but I wasn't blown off or blown out of my shoes. It just felt middle of the road to me. But let's see how you feel about my review, if anybody cares about this. Let's talk about Dolph Ziggler first. I'll say this. I'm not interested in Dolph Ziggler, but he did cut a pretty good promo. Did say pretty much the only way you're going to get anywhere is Flash. And he says next week, I'm going to have Flash. But he said last week he was going to have Flash. So my guess is this. He's not going to have any type of something special in his ring work or anything different. He's just talking. I believe they're trying a different angle. Instead of him going in the ring and performing, they're trying to make him get over by talking. And Dolph is sometimes hit and miss with his promos. So this one was okay. It made sense and it wasn't bad at all. But I don't know if he's going to get over this way. I just don't believe that he's going to get over by just talking. But maybe I will be surprised next week. He'll get into the ring and he'll do something different. Who knows? Now, we had... When you look at what happened with Aiden English, he gets cut off by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens comes out, compliments him, and say, get the hell out of the ring. And then he says simply, I got screwed out of my title. You got Shane coming out saying, you didn't get screwed. You're a pain in the ass. Get out of the damn ring. Aiden English, get into the ring. You're going up against somebody. And guess who he went up against? Sami Zayn. So you got Kevin Owens on commentary, which honestly didn't feel like it worked very well. He didn't flow very well with the commentary team. He just felt like a hindrance. At least until he got into the ring, pulled off the ref shirt, and then helped to, well, Aiden English won by someone who is not a ref. And Shane did not like it. I don't have a shot at him with Renee Young. But essentially, he left the building. The match was basically not recorded. And now there's more of a trouble between Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon. It's what we expect. But does this mean in between the moments of Shane McMahon dealing with a Kevin Owens, you're going to see Sami Zayn deal with Kevin Owens, or you're going to see Sami Zayn deal with Aiden English? My guess is Sami Zayn, who's supposed to be here, Aiden English is down here, he's come here. That's what you get for a Sami Zayn, who really has not done anything substantial at all. If he had turned heel or worked with Kevin Owens, I think it would have been better for him. I think Kevin Owens and him should become a tag team. I'm not saying that'd be great. I'm just saying they should become a tag team because neither one of them are doing anything. Well, other than Kevin Owens working with Shane McMahon. I'm not against it, but I think when that's over with, those two should team together. Now, since I did talk about AJ Styles and the US title, you got AJ in the open challenge. And Baron Corbin had his chance. Ow, cracking every day. Sorry, my neck cracked. Anyway, you got... What did we exactly get here? We got Ty Dillinger coming out answering the call when Baron Corbin was supposed to do it. Baron Corbin destroys a Ty Dillinger. That was after he got his butt kicked by AJ Styles. And now supposedly AJ and Baron Corbin are going to have a feud. To be honest, I think it would be better if Baron Corbin had a feud with Ty Dillinger. You know why? Because the way that Baron Corbin has been buried, he has to start from scratch. And I'd rather not see AJ Styles work with Baron Corbin because this is not going to help him. This won't hurt AJ Styles working with a Baron Corbin, but Baron Corbin has been buried because of what he's done. So honestly, I'm just not seeing this at all for him. This is bad. And I'd rather see him work with a Ty Dillinger, which even if Ty wins over him, it will not hurt him as much as with AJ hurting him. Particularly if, let's say AJ does lose and Baron Corbin wins, what will he actually gain? Baron Corbin has been buried and then he gets the title, he'll get buried even worse. That's just my point of view. Now, Usos versus, Kofi Kingston and Biggie Langston. a stip match, which made no sense. Not because it wasn't supposed to make any sense to have a stipulation match. It was the point that it was a good match. These guys, they have great chemistry. I love seeing these guys wrestle. Both groups talk well. Both groups wrestle well. Both groups interact well. But there's a problem. You got these guys doing great work. Both groups are doing great. New Day is loved. The Usos are loved. But then you have the stipulation match. The Usos win, but then there's no announcement of what the stimp is. They just walk away, and people are saying, well, there's soon going to be a stimp. Wouldn't it have been better for the Usos to actually say, we're the Usos! We won again! We show you how good we are, and we'll give you the stimp next week! That would have been better than just walking away and not saying anything. That's just how I feel about it. If they had just said something, I would have been alright with it. But because they didn't, it didn't work for me. And this isn't something the Usos wouldn't do. This is it's angering me. I'm being honest. I wanted the Usos to say, we'll do the stimp tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Next week, we will tell you what the stimp is. That's the way we feel about it. That's how I feel would have been right. Now, you had the moment of Carmella, James Ellsworth, Natalya, and Naomi. No match for the women, which I think is kind of refreshing. Every week we've had a match for the women that most of them have been very bad or have not meant anything. Once in a while, skip a week for the women not to have a match. Let them have a talking segment. So I am kind of happy this actually happened. You see the Money in the Bank winner talking with the champ. Then you see the champ talking with the former champ. You got Carmella saying, you better watch out and shine that belt up well, baby, because I'm coming for it. And you got James Ellsworth pretty much being told, shut up. Then you got my Naomi. I'm putting Naomi and Natalya in my face while I'm talking. I'm not taking them away. They basically said this. Well, I'm going to get that title back. This is Naomi. And Naomi said, in 2 weeks, you better get ready because I don't care what happened with you and Carmella. I'm getting my title back. You feel me? Now I'm taking it away. I know I didn't have to do that, but I love Naomi. And I think Natalya's beautiful. Why not have them both in my face? That just doesn't sound right. Anyway, it wasn't bad to see that. Now, Fashion Popo had this segment. Fashion Popo's second season. Yes. Now you got 2B. And then you got the lights. You got the headphones that's going into the 2000s finally. They're going from the 80s. No, they're going from the 70s, the 80s, somewhere in the 90s. They kind of skipped it. And now they're in the 2000s with wireless headphones, friendship bracelets, a belt, a light, and then a light showing something on some boxes. And then it says on the picture of to be, it says to be or not to be. Then it says Aiden English. I don't know who this could be. I'm hoping it's someone interesting that the Fashion Popo will have something more to do, more interaction, more fun. These guys don't even have to get into the ring. They're entertaining right now. Sometimes, as wrestlers, you don't need to get in the ring. Sometimes you can stay outside the ring, be so freaking entertaining that you're more over than a wrestler that's been wrestling for almost 6 months every night, if you watched every night of wrestling with them in it. That's just how I feel about it. Now, anything else I'm forgetting? Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin's first match versus the Ascension, the jobbers of WWE. You see Chad Gable happy to be with a Shelton Benjamin. You see Shelton Benjamin shoving his ass aside so he can get his hands on the Ascension. And in the end, they both gelled somewhat well together. And now, they won their first match. And it was Shelton Benjamin who won that match. It was. But I don't know how far this is going to go. The way Shelton Benjamin acted at the very beginning of that match when he shoved Chad Gable aside tells me that eventually he's going solo. The question is going to be how Solo is going to go, and when is that going to happen? My guess is he'll turn heel. And to be honest, I'd rather see him as a heel, going by himself, and going after the World Heavyweight Championship, not only because he's very good as a wrestler, decently well talking, he is an old veteran that had barely had any spotlight. And I want to see him become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. That's just me. Now, finally, if I'm forgetting anything, I'm sorry. Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura versus... Look, we knew Rusev is going to leave. He asked for his release, and I don't blame him. He's not getting anywhere in the WWE. They have treated him like shit. Particularly if he got treated like shit because he cut his damn hair without telling anybody. Are you serious? Are you serious? If that was in his contract where he's not supposed to change his hair, then okay. But if it's not in there and he cuts his hair and they just get angry because he cut his hair and they treat him like shit like this, I don't blame him for leaving. But I didn't expect Jinder to eat the pin here. I knew Rusev was going to eat the pin, and he did. Rusev ate the pin after the match was over, and this is what they're advertising for next week. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Randy Orton. Whoever wins goes after Jinder Mahal later in the next couple of weeks or months. But here's my question to you guys. Do you believe this is going to be done at the next pay-per-view? Or do you believe they're going to do this on Smackdown Live? My guess is they're going to do this on Smackdown Live instead of waiting until Hell in a Cell. And I feel like that's a waste of time. I know Hell in a Cell is in October and we're in August, about to go into September. But I would rather see no match between either Jinder Mahal or Shinsuke Nakamura, or Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton again. I don't want to see either one of them. I'd rather see them do promo segments. I'd rather see them have fights. I'd rather wait until Hell in a Cell. This is how I feel about it. Build it up. You got a month and a half. Well, at least a month and a half. Take it. Or maybe a month and a week. I can't remember how long until Hell in a Cell. It's October or something. Maybe the beginning of October or the middle. Just take it. Build it up. But if you're not going to do that, I'm going to be frustrated with that, because I want to see something special with Shinsuke Nakamura. I want to see him work more on his promo segments. Do more wrestling. Do something in the back. Do something with Randy Orton. Do something with Jinder Mahal. Particularly what happened at the beginning of the show when the Singh brothers are apologizing to him and they're going to kiss his freaking feet before Shinsuke Nakamura comes out. That would have been funny if they actually kissed it. They didn't want to do that. They were waiting for Shinsuke to come because they were getting dangerously close to his boots. But in the end, I want to see more than just having the freaking match. But this is just my point of view. You guys tell me below, and I hope you enjoyed the Zane's review. Please give me a comment below. And guys, tell me, do you want me to watch the Mae Young Classic? I actually have seen the Brackthology. And I was about to see the first episode. I haven't seen them yet. I'm about to see the first episode of the Mae Young Classic. Mae Young, My Jade, she's in that. Marty Bella's in that. Those are the ones I care about the most. Not saying that Tully Blanchard's daughter isn't there, or Everett's, no. Paul Ellery's daughter is in there. Maybe I'll care a little bit about her. But those are the three I care about, at least at the moment, until I see who I really think might win it. But tell me if you want me to do the Mae Young Classics. Tell me if you want me at least look at the first 4 episodes and tell you what I thought about them. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace!